Hey there, Dusty dudes. How are you doing? It's Dust514. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Evening all. How you doing? Well, where to begin with this? This is a tranche of new videos, right? I'm loving this game again. It's strange. It's like a rebirth. I'm a big fat caterpillar that's kind of got locked into a little bit of a cocoon, and then all of a sudden I blossom a beautiful butterfly, all filled with love, happiness, and, well, maybe not sort of so much love. Anyway, watch this. We have been having a blast with this game, and we kicked this whole endeavor off with turrets. We're playing with dropships with hybrid turrets, and as you can see, we gave blasters a go. Blasters are pretty good. That was a CD41 Myron, flown by a very good pilot, I might add. So that was CD41 Myron. That was no easy kill. So hopefully that's showing you how good blasters actually are now. The premise is very simple. We're trying to enjoy this game for the simplicity of what it brings, and this first match I think is a great example because, oh my god, I had fun. Look, I'm actually playing with a controller, fully with the controller now, no mouse and keyboard. This is, I'm not going to stop playing with the mouse and keyboard, but it's kind of a transition, I think, towards more things like this. And this really comes from, I think, really just understanding that Dust is actually getting a much better place patch by patch. I think what they've done with Hotfix Charlie is excellent. I think assault suits are pretty fun again. I think that just feels a much level, balanced kind of more game. And I think, look at this railgun is insane. I think the reality is that Dust is still going relatively strong. I don't want to say sort of like really strong, because I think a lot of players have left it and they're cashing their chips in and playing other games, which is totally fine. But I think if you do still have this game, if you still have it loaded and you still have it a character, give it a go from time to time, because I have got to admit, I've been on my ups and downs with this game for quite some time. I think Hotfix Bravo kind of peed me off a bit. It didn't work for me, and I think it was just the stupidity of things like heavy suits being kind of over the top. Couldn't really play my style of play, so it kind of started to grate me. It ground my gears, I think is the saying. And to be honest, I got to the point where I just thought, this game's getting tiresome to play. However, with Hotfix Charlie now firmly rooted, I think actually you could say this game is incredibly good. We've noticed that there is also, I think, a much better matchmaking system going on. I'm sure that they did nothing to it. I'm sure that nothing has changed. It's just perception. It's like placebo pills. But there does seem to be something better, because we played on the Wednesday, which is always a bit tricky, to be honest. And I think I certainly had the best games I have probably ever had. Gaz was doing his dropship. We just went and just decided to get some dropships in the air and just see what we can do. And I think I just had such a laugh. I've never had such as fun as I did in that time. So I guess there we go. That the reality is the game is still incredibly good. You need to find the right group to play with. You need to find the right motivation to play. I think it's a very tricky time for Dust, because it's so uncertain really what on earth is going to happen to it. But I think you need to kind of almost put that on the back burner and just play the game for what it is today, and you'll have some fun, because it's actually quite fun. I can't really sort of say much more than that. I think I've been surprised myself with how much I've enjoyed the game just in its entirety, because there's just so much there. There's particularly gunning, particularly doing the kind of run and gun style with the assault suit is good. I know I'm kind of fit of the month. I know I'm doing it now, because as soon as I saw the changes, it was pretty evident that the Amal was going to be pretty good. So I got it out, and I've always had him, scrambler and laser rifle level 5. So I've been enjoying that assault suit, and it's just good. I like it. It's really good fun. I've got to admit, I really like the scrambler rifle quite a bit. Plus, with aim assist on the controller, it really is easy mode. It is. I mean, again, you got to remember, I don't generally play. In fact, I don't play with controller. So when I picked that thing up and started playing with the scrambler rifle, I was like, God, the game's playing for me. It was incredible how good it was. But I don't think it's cheating. I just think that's just the nature of these console games, I guess, is that there has to be some assistance to get the fine-tuning of the aim right. And that's certainly what I noticed, was that was incredibly good. But there we go. Loving blasters at the moment. I just think they are like the ultimate minigun strapped to the side of the ship. I think they need to put more than 150 rounds in the bloody thing. I think there almost needs to be a constant stream of lead from these things. I'd even reduce their damage slightly, because they do kind of rip things apart, but I would reduce their damage, but just to put twice the amount of ammo in and reduce the overheat by half, because there would be something quite cool about this just flying, flaying rounds into the air. Not necessarily doing high damage, but it's more just a case of, oh my god, this thing's spewing lead. I would love to see that. I think that needs to be maybe something to change, but I don't know if it's possible. It's not a problem. I mean, look how quickly we kill this guy here when we get a shot on. Bang! Watch this next guy. Look at him. He's blissfully unaware of this machine gun that's just ready to spew death. Look at him as well. Headshot. Amazing gun. I really like it. I think it'd be even better in the lore of this thing if you had these kind of anti-personnel dropships that just immediately appear and start spraying the rounds around. It would just be amazing. I'd make it almost impervious. I'd make heavies a lot harder to kill with it, though. That would be my only comment to it, because you would then need a heavy with an AV weapon of some kind to then drop this dropship. I like that thought. That would be quite cool. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Amazing fun. I really have got to admit, I've had a real blast with this thing. Do you get it? Blast? There we go. So, what else is going on in Dust? Well, to be honest, not a lot. I think when you look at the forums at the moment, you're seeing a lot of people, I think, who've left. They've quite frankly left. And the only thing they're doing at the moment is logging on to the forums. They're not actually even playing the game anymore, which again is sad. I would urge people not to do that. I think there is still such a great game here. Look at the fun I'm having here, and I'm a noob at this. So I think, look at this. We snuck up on this ledge. Isn't it beautiful? Surprise! We just tried to kill them before they could shoot us down. It is fun. I mean, this kind of tactic is just so much fun. I can't really describe how good it was. Anyway, so I think there's a lot of players still watching. I think there's a lot of players still interested, which is great. And I think I really just urge players to, not give up hope. Play the game. If you're interested in it, play it. And it's still a very good shooter. It's funny because it's like Half-Life 2 Deathmatch. That was a game that I think people played. I certainly played that continually. And just that ability to get the gravity gun, rip a toilet off the wall and fire it at your enemy and watch them ragdoll through a window with a toilet in their face. That's funny. That is comedy gold. And this kind of game has that feel to it where, a dropship suddenly appearing on your 6 and just lining up a railgun shot with your face it's just gorgeous. It really is. There is something quite poetic almost about that, and I think this Dust is one of these games that I think just gives you, if you're good at it and you have the capability with it and you have a good gang, it's kind of quite incredible what you can do. You can certainly dominate the game in a gang more than you can in most other games, in my opinion, dudes. I've got to admit, I really am enjoying it. Now, this isn't battered wife syndrome. I think a few people have commented that this is me trying to, I don't know what they're trying to suggest I'm doing, but battered wife syndrome is where, you're kind of beaten by the game continually, but yet you still love it. And I acknowledge that, but I also debunk it, because if not, I'm the first person to raise my finger at this game and say it doesn't work in here, and here, and it's shit here, and it's kind of stupid there. But I think when you have the golden beam of light from this game, it is remarkably interesting and good. And this is what we got from just this round here and the few rounds you'll see after this in the next few videos. It was just remarkable how kind of brilliant this game was. And the light bulb went on, ting, and it was just perfect. The game was perfect rounds. Didn't mean we dominated anything, didn't mean we abused people or stomped people. It was just the most enjoyable fights we'd had in probably, I would say, years, because everything just was right. It was almost like the perfect storm. So there we go, maybe it's the perfect round. And it was just amazing fun. And look at that, 24 with a blaster turret and I think a couple of railguns maybe, but to see, that's pretty good, isn't it? And that was just literally sat with a relatively cheap advanced suit and just a big grin on my face as I brought galante justice to to the foolish mercenaries who dare oppose us. And I think this is a great advert for the game. Hopefully you'll agree, because we certainly had fun making it. So there we go. Post in the comments. Tell me if you're still playing. If you're not, if you feel like you're a battered wife in this matter, then tell us maybe why. But I would urge you not to give up. I still think there are some incredibly good games to be had in DAS 514, as proved by this and the following videos you're about to see. Hope you enjoyed that. We'll see you next time.